on it with who you with, Kurt, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kurt, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kurt, though. Welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kurt, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kurt, though. Welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kurt, though. I'm out. Welcome. I'm out. Welcome. I'm out. Welcome. I'm out. Welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kurt, though. Welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kurt, though. I'm out. Welcome. I'm out. Welcome. I'm out. Welcome. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kurt, though. Welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kurt, though. I'm out. Welcome. I'm out. Welcome. I'm out. Welcome. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak on it. Welcome to Speak on it. I'm out. Welcome to Speak on it. Welcome to Speak on it. I'm out. Welcome to Speak on it. Welcome to Speak on it. I'm out. Welcome to Speak. Welcome to Speak. I'm out. 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 I'm out. Who you with, Kurt, dog? Welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kurt, dog. I'm out. Who you with, Kurt, dog? Want to welcome everyone to the show. Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch. D Live is in the house. IG is in the house. Y'all can live chat with us in the chat room. I'm trying to see. Okay, there you go. I was trying to make sure I was on there right because it's still trying to get the setting right on Instagram. So I don't normally fool with Instagram that much, but look like we are correct on the setting. So want to welcome everyone to the show. Hopefully y'all had a great Monday. Man, it was a beautiful day here in Dallas. What was it, 82 degrees today? Man, that was good. I want to shout out to my boy Sean Martin and Snarky Puppy for the Grammy they won last night. Also, shout out to Beyonce, who actually won the most Grammys so far from the Grammys. So most Grammy as a female. So that's a wonderful thing. You can live chat with us in the chat room. Let me know what you think about the Grammys last night, and also the Grammys, and also whatever's on your mind. Well, tonight we're gonna talk about I'm just a big kid now. Toys R Us is coming back. They was purchased, so we're gonna talk about that tonight. And then you get certain folks on the plane, and we'll talk about it. Yeah, we'll talk about it. Um, then also Julian Khater and George Tanios was arrested for their part in the attack on the U.S. Capitol. Like I say all the time, if you was part of it, you need to go and turn yourself in, cause they gonna get you sooner or later. They are gonna get you. So definitely turn yourself in and roll with it. So other than that, I watched part of the Grammy last night. Once we got off the air, um, my wife had recorded part of it, so it was actually the part I seen that was pretty good. Shout out to Megan the Stallion. I seen the performance with Megan and Cardi B. Uh, yeah, that was a nice performance. Um, so hopefully they continue with their career and everything work out pretty good. So, but let's talk about one other announcement. Don't forget Thursday, um, Friendship West will be giving out um, free food distributed on 10 a.m. Thursday morning. First come, first serve. So please do not forget about that. And if you have um, If you like to volunteer and you have special skills, electrician, plumbing, catering, grocery store, etc., whatever skills you have, they're still looking for volunteers, and you can actually go to their website, friendshipwest.org, and sign up for it. And and then if you're in one of those positions where you just got your taxes in or something, um, you could donate too. Um, if you want to donate supplies, whatever it is, go to their website, friendshipwest.org, and they will um, uh, here's a form on there you can fill out and be able to donate. Um, so that's always a good thing because you have someone within Friendship West that actually um, giving back to the community about the people. So that's always a wonderful thing. Okay, want to make sure we're on all the stations. So we are live: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch. Be Live is in the house, and Twitter. Um, so it came out today that Toys R Us is actually was purchased today. Um, and the story said Toys R Us has a new owner again because they've been purchased before. The brand management company WHP Global announced Monday it has acquired a controlling interest in True Kids, the parenting company of Toys R Us, Baby R Us, and Jeffrey the Giraffe brand. So they will be coming back. We're in the brand business, and Toys R Us is it's the single most credible, trusted, and beloved toy brand in the world. Um, Yehuda Shamin just chopped that name up. Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of WHP said in an interview, "We're coming off of a year where toys are just on fire, and for Toys R Us, the U.S. is really a blank canvas. So they looking at bringing them back to the U.S. Over the years, they done like pop up stores and stuff like that, but they are looking at bringing stores back to the U.S. Hopefully, it's a successful story. I was telling some people earlier. I said, as a kid, that was the go-to spot for all of your birthday gifts, Christmas gift, any gift for a child. That was the go-to spot. But the time had changed now. Once Amazon came in, it changed the game. So definitely be on the lookout for that to come up. Um, and also, so that will be interesting. There's no time frame when they're talking about starting to bring stores back, but I'm sure it may be a pretty good while. They have to do some marketing and find out what's what. Maybe they're gonna do some more pop up stores and stuff. So you never know with Toys R Us. Um, so Landon Perry Gear. This is not only uh crazy, but yeah. Um, a man allegedly peed right in front of everybody during a flight last Tuesday, according to FBI. Landon Perry was charged Wednesday with the count of interfering with flight crew members and attendees. According to the statement of facts, the problem started with the defendant not wearing a mask on a Alaska airline from Seattle, Washington to Denver, Colorado. The attendant asked him about 8 to 10 times to put one on. He allegedly refused after apparently trying to sleep. He ignored her, then began to push and swat at her hand away as she tried to gently tap his shoulder to get his attention. He made contact with her right forearm about 3 times, authorities said. So that's three different charges. Um, he subsequently struck her arm 2 or 3 times in an attempt to aggressively dismiss her, authorities said. That's when things got a little colorful. Nature called. It happened to the best of us, and we could do little on controlling when. That's why they have restrooms on planes. You understand what we're getting at. Gear allegedly did not use a toilet. He went right there in the cabin, according to the story from witness. The passenger allegedly had to get the seats. Gear action allegedly marched a poor woman paper bag. Boy, that's a shame. Um, so he was arrested once they landed, and he was blamed for the landing preparation for about 10 minutes. On top of that, the disruption allegedly occurred while the pilot had to deal with a maintenance issue as the plane descended over mountains in turbulent condition. Um, this disruption caused the pilot crew to divert attention from their emergency landing preparation, authority said. Um, yeah, so he got charged. I don't know. Maybe the turbulence or something ended up causing him to shuck it at him. I don't know. But either way, he ended up getting charged. Now, these two guys is really mm, came out today, two charged with assaulting Capitol Police officer, one from New Jersey, who died after the attack. Um, so basically, uh, the officer, two guys was charged with assaulting Brian D. Sicknick, the U.S. Capitol Police officer originally from New Jersey, who died following the January 6th attack on the Capitol. Federal authority announced Monday. Julian Khater, 32, of Pennsylvania, and George Tanios, 39, of West Virginia, were arrested Sunday and are expected to appear in federal court Monday. They were not charged in sick and death. Welcome to the show, Radio Chaos in the house. Thank you for always tuning in. Um, so they wasn't charged with officers stricken death, but they're investigating it to make sure if it's going to be able to stick or not. But Kattner and Tanner are also from New Jersey and grew up together. The FBI says in court paper, Kettner was arrested when he stepped off a plane at Newark Liberty Airport, officials said. Tunners were apprehended at his West Virginia home. Sicknick, 42, who grew up in South River, died the day after the attack after collapsing the night before. He'd been in physical contact with Reuter during the attack, authority have said. He was a 12-year Capitol officer. And the FBI alleged in a criminal complaint that Kuttner and Tunners were working together January 6th. Specifically, Kuttner pulled the can of bear spray, uh, from Tannen's backpack and sprayed police officer twice near a metal bike rack. The assault hit Sticken and two other officers directly, incapacitating them for 20 minutes. The FBI say they have video of Kitten saying to Kitten, "Give me that birth shit." Basically what he said. I didn't say it. He said it. He replied, hold on. Not yet, not yet. It's still early." Kitten then say, "They just effing sprayed me." He then unleashed the chemical, sweeping his arms side to side, while the officer were about 5 to 8 feet away, the FBI say. One officer later reported that the face full of spray caused her lasting injury under her eye, including strubbing that remained for weeks, the FBI said. Um, So Kepner is recently from State College, Pennsylvania. The FBI said through his LinkedIn page identified him as previous operating Fruity Bowl store, which he co-owned, and now I'm living in Somerset, New Jersey, and looking for new opportunity. Now, Tanios operate a sandwich U in Morgantown, West Virginia, and wore a sweatshirt on January 6th in Washington that has the Sandwich U logo. The FBI said previous news story described this shop as a sister location to Are You Hungry in New Brunswick, where tenants attend high school, according to his LinkedIn page. Both were identified by the FBI by people they work with or knew through their professional. Um, they're charged with 9 crimes connecting to the January 6th attack, including assaulting Sicknick and 2 other police officers with deadly weapons. Um, yeah, you can actually. The exact cause of Sicknick's death remain unclear. He collapsed at his police division office later on January 6th and died in a hospital the next night. Earlier this month, organization that had reported Sicknick died after being struck with a fire extinguisher backed away from those reports as law enforcement source told several outlets that they suspect Sicknick possibly died from exposure to the chemical irritation like bear spray. Officer at the Capitol on January 6th reported Ruta sprayed them with the substance. So they're still waiting for the result of the autopsy to find out for sure exactly how Officer Strickland passed away. But the thing is, these guys, so you go to um, DC on January 6th, basically for war. That's what a lot of them prepared themselves for. They go there, they went there, and once they got there, whatever happened, they didn't care because they felt like they was within their rights. And the thing is with that, you're gonna be held accountable for it. You will be held accountable. It may take a while for them to find you, but you will be held accountable. It's unnecessary to try to overthrow our government for your own self gain. I don't understand it. And like I say on every show, if you know, uh, if you know um, someone who is actually um, who was a part of it, go ahead and turn them in. Save them from having to wait for them to find them because they're gonna find you sooner or later. They're gonna find you, and then on top of that, you came there with the intention to spray somebody with this bear spray. And a couple of shows back, I talked about how someone actually pulled officer face mask off to make sure they could spray them good. They gas mask. And the thing is, you um, have to you're gonna be held accountable. Bottom line, there's no doubt about it because what you did was wrong. I feel like you should be held with treason. I feel like you don't need to get out of jail. Anybody who took part of it, you don't need to get out. You need to be held without bond. That's why I said the lady in Amarillo that was allowed to go on vacation after this, that never should have happened. Never should have happened. So it's going to be very interesting how this plays out, and it's going to be more and more arrests. We're going to hear about arrests for a while. I don't know exactly how many people was there, a couple of thousand. Um, it may have been up to 5,000 or more. Who knows? But if you took part of this, turn yourself in. Here it is. People lost their life for what? and it didn't change anything. The American people, we voted to vote Trump out. Deal with it. Deal with it. You want to follow Trump? Well, guess what? Because you are following Trump, you're going to have to deal with the consequences. You did exactly what that clown wanted y'all to do. And he said we're chilling somewhere polluting a beach with that tan. So you should have, you follow him. This is what's going to happen. And that's basically all to it. Um, and then for the people that lost their lives, uh, I think it was a total of, I think it was five, if I'm not mistaken, that actually passed away from it. And y'all want to act like, oh, it's my rights. We have every right. Well, you do. And you also have every rights to be held accountable. There's no way you can overturn the government and think it's okay. Even if y'all would have succeeded, you wouldn't have made it out of there alive. But y'all are so messed up in the head, brainwashed to follow a clown like Trump. Trump don't care about y'all. That's why they ask him before he got out of office, please pardon me. Um, what's his name, Shane? Asking for a pardon. Trump couldn't help y'all, even though he instructed y'all to march down there. He couldn't help you. He wasn't gonna help you. Trump is a dictator. And if y'all are still following behind Trump after all of this, you need to get some help, some mental health, because you have some issues going on. And there's no way I can follow. I'm not a follower, no way. Um, not when it come down to doing what's wrong. I don't, nah. If the spirit didn't lead me to do it, I'm not doing it. And in this situation, no way, no way I would have followed Trump. Um, but a lot of people followed him, and now they asking for help and want people to feel sorry for them. I don't feel sorry for you. I would tell you this though. They always say the first one to start singing get the best deal. I personally feel like you shouldn't get a deal. But if you turn the folks in that put you up to it, that's where you get your break at. Maybe they'll knock 30 days off of it. I don't know. But I wouldn't give you too much time off because you was wrong. And treason, you lucky you wasn't killed. Like I said, Officer Goodman, he better than me. I couldn't have been that strong with all y'all approaching me. Um, it wouldn't have been good because I would have been like, hey, uh, it wouldn't have been good at all. And I would have, no, you lucky if that was Black Lives Matter, once y'all breach the steps, it would have been all over. It would have been a different headlines. So um, yeah, you're probably right. Radio said even with Trump gone, his supporters will find another idiot to follow. Tucker Carlson, like the front runner right now, and that's because they shut Marjorie down. They shut her down for the simple fact that um, she was spilling hate, conspiracy, and that's crazy. Um, so okay, yeah, so that was that's really crazy on that part. I don't know how you can, you say you're for America. You say back the blue, but here is a prime example where back the blue didn't matter. And I don't see people outraged about that. For the simple fact, welcome to the show, T. Anthony Walton. Listening on Instagram, you can live chat with us in the chat room. I don't see people outraged about the fact they holler back the blue, but they was attacking the blue. If there was a Black Lives Matter rally, oh, they would have been tore up from the floor up. They would have been all type of uh, people out there. That's Black Lives Matter. That's Antifa attacking back the blue and all of this. But you don't hear nobody talking about in an outrage for what the guys done and caused one officer life after spraying them with bear spray. They knew exactly what they was doing. And uh, one of them actually had a shop, the Sandwich U shop, and I thought I printed the picture out, but had a shop that he actually been running. Of course, it's not running now, uh, so they have shut it down, um, shut the shop down, and that's going to be interesting on that too. And all the numbers that is listed on the website, no one is answering them. So I'm like, oh well. I'm sure Big Bubba is having some fun. They are waiting for them because for them to do something like this, they need to be held accountable. They need to be put in jail. They don't need to be released on bail. It doesn't make any sense for them to be released after doing something like that. I have they probably came with it. Um, I have no idea. Cause it seemed like somebody would have had actually they had time to do it. Uh they had time to do it, so I don't know. Seemed like somebody should have seen something was going on. Something wasn't right. But once again, it wasn't Black Lives Matter. So they probably just turned their back to it. Not only that, they should have had the National Guard there beforehand. That's what should have happened. For the simple fact that for them to be able to talk about this openly, Trump kept saying January 6th, big things gonna happen. Big things gonna happen January 6th, but then they end up weren't prepared for it. Even after it started, Trump still did not want to call out the National Guard. I believe it was the I think it was the city mayor or something called them, request for them to come out. Trump didn't. Hey, welcome to the show. T Cal is in the house. Hey, Kurt Dog, I'm finally heading home. It's been crazy at work, but so happy that I can at least drive home and listen to you. Well, I appreciate it. Long time supporter out of Dallas. We're gonna have to meet one day or something after this pandemic. Have to meet or something for lunch or something. Um, so we'll have to do that one day. But I have no idea, radio, how they was able to pull that off and to get it up that quick, which is crazy. And people feel like, oh, they just it's all right. All these people that was doing videos and social media talking about um we're gonna stop this and stop that and now they asking for help. Talking about Oh, we didn't know Trump told us to come. But as y'all saying that Trump told you to come, you're still doing the same thing. You're still not uh you're still not doing anything to change your mind though. Because you're still part of the organization, still talking about the election was stolen, still talking about um it's my rights. It's your right. But just because it's your right don't mean that it's right. So when you hear that beating on your door 3 o'clock in the morning, well, it's the American people right to hold you accountable. So go ahead and do us a favor, save the money. Let's go ahead and turn yourself in and go from there. T-Cal said I would love to but of course, I would love that to meet for lunch. That's cool. We will definitely have to do that uh, once this pandemic starts. It's over with because we know our governor. He's um, the piece of governor that we have. Um, yeah, I said the piece of it because he's not a governor for everybody. He just for certain people. Um, So we need to make sure we get out and vote. Um, and they actually calling for Beto to run against him. Um, Even though Matthew McConaughey is talking about he's going to run against him. At this point, it's kind of like this November election. Anybody to be Greg Abbott, have my vote. We need to get him out of office. Just like Dan Patrick, Ken Paxton, they need to go too. And um, both of them really need to go. Um, I forgot about a story I seen about Dan Patrick the other day, and I'm like, this dude just won't go away, Willie. Um, he really need to um, step down, and none of them want to hold Ken Patson accountable for the crimes that he been accused of. He been getting out of going to court for the last 5 years. Um, he been wanting to hold him. Don't want to go to court for his charges, which he should. And I don't know, have anybody received those high um, electric bills yet? Um, we did receive ours today. It's about a little bit high. It wasn't that high. It was maybe $25, $30 higher than what it need to be. Um, so we definitely guess we have to make that phone call, tell them y'all messed up. Um, but yeah, so we need to change our entire government system here. Hopefully, we get someone that is good to um, run against Abbott and get him out of here. They actually say his approval rating had failed. Um, Said it's fallen after he and COVID-19 restriction, which basically, when he took that mask mandate off, that was all because little um, Karen and Steve wanted to go on spring break. Last year, he did the same thing during this time. And when he did it, what happened then? Numbers went up. He's saying because the numbers went down and because people been vaccinated, had a vaccination, and that doesn't mean that it's okay to just, oh, let's open back up. You're trying to defeat science of what the doctors are saying, and you're trying to beat them. But when they go up, um, it's not gonna be good. Radio asks, how much did Abbott win by the last election? I don't know. Let me um let me pull it up and see. For the ones that are new to the show, sometimes we are asked questions on the show. So we have to pull it up to see if we can find the answer because we only gonna still only deal with truth on this show. And um so that's all we're gonna deal with. Let me see. Da, 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 da. Look like he won by 58%. Back then, Lupe Valdez, who was the sheriff for Dallas County, ran against him. She received 42.5%. So, yeah, I said as it should. Heath Ledney's food run him. It's a shame. Yes, it is. So, Lupe Valdez lost last time. Um, she had 42.5%. Greg Abbott had 55.8, and she was great as a sheriff of Dallas County. I think she did a pretty good job, but of course, they tried to um, pull everything out against her. Um, she would have been if I'm not mistaken, she would have been the first Hispanic um, governor of Texas. And then on top of that, of course, what happened is because of that, they used the that she would have um, opened up the borders or whatever and let anybody come over. They used that race card. And then also, she was the first openly gay person nominated for the governor position by a major party. So that people unfortunately people have issues with that. So but to answer your question, Greg Abbott had 55.8%. She had 42.5%. And trying to see who so it wasn't a bad race, but um I think anybody get in it now and going up against Abbott, I think they will win, and I will support them. I don't care who it is. Excuse me, kind of like Trump. I didn't care who ran against Trump. It could have been Tweety Bird. I would have voted for them. Oh, excuse me. Um, T. Cal said Lupe should run again. I don't care who it is. Anybody. Yes, they did use fear. Yeah, it's a pretty wide margin that he won by. But the thing is, only she was favored to win, but then at the end, he pulled out some political tricks, and that's what she lost by. They started hitting on the on the um, she was openly gay. Then by her being Hispanic, that was another issue. So they started talking about the border. If you notice, whenever any politician feel like they're gonna lose the race, that's the first thing they start talking about. Oh, look at the border. We need to close our border. Trump did it. That's what Greg Abbott is pushing now here locally. He talk about the border, talking about all the undocumented people coming over and kids coming over. Matter of fact, it came out today. Dallas County at K. Bailey Hutchinson Convention Center, we're going to receive about 3,000 teenagers coming here from down in the border. And people got to realize they still human being. Yeah, they need to do it right, But with kids, you cannot just turn them around and say, no, you need to go back. And it's a way you do things. And what a lot of the politicians do, they use that part to put scare factor in people's lives, saying, oh, this, that, or whatever. If they win, uh, what's going to happen then is they're going to open the border up. That's what Trump talked about in his first election, talking about building the wall, talking about Mexico was going to pay for it. And Mexico president said, "Not the hell, I'm not." Then he come back. Of course, Mexico didn't pay for it, and he ended up we having to pay for it. This election, he tried to bring up the wall again, and talking about China was gonna take over the country if Biden won, calling them China Joe, stuff like that. So they use these scare tactics to make people nervous for their votes. That's not how you do it. Anybody who do that, I feel like they're a weak individual person. If it was true, that's different. If it's not true, you're trying to scare people for votes, and that's wrong. Take your butt whooping like a man or a woman and move on. Even now, Trump's still upset. That's why he's still talking about the election was a fraud. Well, his people do. He don't really say it no more. But that's why he pushed that. So um, the thing is, hey, if you want to be fair with everybody, treat everybody right. Then you wouldn't have nothing to say. Treat everybody with respect. That's how you build a relationship. You know, respect each other. But no, you want to go out, want to talk about hatred. And that's all Trump did the whole 4 years he was in office. I can't understand why people still supporting him, and half the folks that is up in the Senate and Congress, we need to get rid of them. Why? Because here it is. Since the pandemic, they have given us 600 the first time, two 600 and a 1200 or 1400, whatever this next one is. But in a year's time, that's not much at all. Um, Radio said, I love the socialism argument the GOP used. The Democrat Party is nowhere near a socialist party, even with the progressive candidate they have. I'm like, I don't understand it. If you truly for the people, be for the people. We know Greg Abbott is not for the people. We know that from when he changed his executive order here in Texas to benefit Karen. He changed that for her. But once again, I say this all the time. When those two young ladies down near, I think it was Brownwood or Laredo's, McAllen, when they was arrested, you didn't hear nothing about it. That happened way um, before Karen. But as soon as Karen got arrested, then you start hearing about it. Because I talked about that story at least a couple of weeks before it happened. So yeah. Um, so you gotta treat everybody with respect. T Cal said they still got China Joe gotta go up in Dallas. That's a shame. Uh, she, she also said, yeah, Mitch gotta go too. Mitch need to go. It's time for him to retire. We need any one of those Republican that stood with Ken allegedly gangster Paxton and filed the lawsuit, those 17 Republican governor. If they are in your state, we need to make sure we um, send them packing next year. because most of them is up for re-election. They only played the stunt to try to get you to vote for them. That's the only reason why they did it. So what we need to do, we need to say, you know what, you you did this, you got to go. Yeah, Mitch is the worst. He's so two-faced. It's a shame. He say he Trump is wrong for what he did on January 6th, hyping these folks up to attack the Capitol, but he refused to impeach him, to hold him accountable. He could have done all of that. But at the end of the day, what's going to happen when they have to meet the maker? They're going to be held accountable. You are listening to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt Bell. If this is the first time you're joining us, please, whatever platform you own, like, share, tell a friend, subscribe, click the notification for you can know whenever we come on. And also, if uh, let us know where you're watching it, because I see several people in. You can actually let us know where you're watching. And if you ever have a show idea for us, we're always open to bringing new shows, new ideas, um, which we're going to be changing some up here pretty soon. Um, Miss Risky is working on some stuff, and I cannot wait until she get it together. And so we definitely need to do that. Yeah, Ted is not on the ballot for next year, but he's on for the one after that. So Ted Cruz got to go. Oh, Cancun Ted. And I'm still wondering where's the connection. Ted just so happened to go to Cancun the same time that what's her name? Jenny Cruz out of West Texas. Amarillo, Amarillo that went to Cancun that weekend that the judge let her go after she had been arrested for the terrorist attack on January the 6th. And Ted and her was in Cancun at the same time. Mm, that's mighty funny. Interesting. But I just ran across this story, which is crazy. Uh, Amon Bundy refused to wear a mask in court, arrested for missing trial. The latest incident involved the anti-government act that comes 5 months after he refused to follow coronavirus protocol at a high school football game. Yeah. Um, so in Idaho on Monday, after he refused to wear a mask in court, uh, that's preventing him from entering, making him a no-show for his own trial, officials said. Amon Bondi, 41, was due in the Boise courtroom at 8:15 for the beginning of his trial on misdemeanor trespassing and resisting arrest charges stemming from an August incident at the Idaho State House. For nearly a year now, the Idaho Supreme Court has required masks for entry into any courthouse in the state. Mr. Bundy today refused to wear a mask to come into the courthouse and thus was not granted admission. Steve Hippler, administrating judge for the 4th Judicial District, told NBC News. And when he didn't get inside the Ada County Courthouse, Judge David Manuel issued a warrant for Bundy arrest as of 2:30 p.m. Mountain Time, but it was still being held in lieu of $10,000 bail. If or when Bundy made bail, a condition of his bond will be a requirement that he follow courthouse rule, including face covering, said Hippler. Bundy listed cell phone went straight to voicemail on Monday afternoon. Bundy is best known for 2016 standoff with his father, Cleveland Bundy, at an Oregon wildlife ranch. At at this past fall, he refused to leave a high school campus that had asked him to wear a mask if he wanted to watch his son's football game. He led the school official ending the game at halftime. And August Bundy and two others refused to leave the state house after hearing was switched to another part of the building, and Bundy refused to get up from his sweltering chair. State police rolled them out. Yeah, that's I don't know. I don't understand some of these folks. They do stuff to get attention. Um, yeah, I don't know. That's uh T Cal talking about Ted Cruz. That was his side piece. Uh, maybe that was maybe that was. I'm not gonna say that one. Uh, I'm gonna leave that one alone. But yeah, but yeah, people do stuff just to get attention for themselves, which is not good at all. There's no reason to put yourself in this type of situation that could be avoided. Now you have a $10,000 bail that you have to pay, and you may end up being found guilty. So you're gonna lose that $10,000 bail, and whatever charges may come after you didn't show up for that court. That could be more charges. But hey, if you just want to throw money away like that, it's plenty of good charities that are doing people to help people during this time. You can donate to some of these that is helping the community out because our leaders don't want to. I'm just saying, just putting it out there. You can always donate to them, and um, that type of money, you probably can feed many of families for a year with $10,000. But hey, everybody is a little different. Everybody don't think like I do or anything like that. But you do it to get attention, and I don't understand why. Um, it's not necessary. That's not the type of attention you should get from anybody. But uh so they did delay it for 7 months. Yep. I I said that last week it probably was gonna be delayed. Um which 7 months, I would give him a month before he do something crazy and violate his bail order again. Um he will violate it again, and I will give him 7 months before he do it, which is sad. Just do what you're supposed to do and get over it. But hey, um, um, oh, excuse me. So, oh, excuse me. My allergies are messing up. Um, so, yeah, that's gonna be 7 months. It's a long time uh, for for him to stay out. I'm sure he's probably going back to the bar again and celebrating. But hey, but they feel like there's nothing wrong with it. And maybe they trying to, I don't know. Just last month he violated his bond hearing, and um by not giving the court his address, and um it won't be long before he do something else crazy. Um oh um Said apparently he going to college in the fall even though he dropped out of high school. Well, speaking of high school, I seen the video where he attacked this young lady. Two young ladies was arguing, and he decided to step in. But most places, maybe he going to college get his GED or something. I don't know. But some colleges you can go to college without your GED. Eventually, you will have to get it, but they will allow you to take courses. So I don't know where he is, but some places allow you to do that. I don't know, but he probably going to college trying to figure out how he could beat this this court case, but that ain't gonna happen. You know, if he wait until after trial, he'll get free all the free education he want. Yeah, he'll get it all free. He gonna learn how to braid hair. He gonna be a great hair braider. He gonna learn how to wash some drawers. He gonna learn all of that once he get up there with Big Bubble. But and so and Big Bubble may even allow him to become an attorney. Uh, they don't video don't lie, and it's not that strong. It's not. It's all because Trump said he was innocent with it. But I'm sure if that was a BLM member, it would have been stopped in no time. So I'm quite sure um, it would have been stopped. He never would have got out of jail on bail because every all those folks that raised that money for him would not have continued to give money if that was a black person. I'm just call it like it is. If they are black, they never would have done that. They would not have raised 2 million cash for him to get out of jail. You are listening. Speak on it with who you with, Kurt. Though, if you are listening on Instagram, uh, no Instagram only give you a certain length of time where the video was saved. So if you're listening on Instagram, you can click the link in my profile and join us on YouTube, and you can still catch the show. But it's been an hour, so I'm gonna be ending the live on Instagram. You can join us on click the link in my bio, and you can join us on YouTube. So Instagram, have a great night, but we're still here. Um, all right. That's the only problem else with Instagram. Instagram do not um, allow you to. You can stay on there, but it won't save it after 1 hour. Um, so I'm like, hey, just join us on a regular platform, and um, um, that's the best way to really enjoy the show. If you are listening on Instagram, the best way to really be a part of it is basically coming to YouTube or somewhere, one of the other platforms where you can actually chat live with us during the show. And Instagram is kind of shaky. They are working some things out because at one point they didn't have uh, couldn't really do two people on there at one time. So I'm seeing that they are making changes, but they need to allow more recording time and being able to save them on there. So um so that's always good. But other than that, I'm having a great day. Um um I'm sorry, my wife texted me. Uh so don't know what we're gonna do for dinner tonight because I didn't cook. I didn't get a chance to. I guess I'll cook tomorrow though. But yeah, but I can't believe how people are making a hero out of the city. Um, a lot of people, a lot of people do that for the attention. That's all it is. They want attention, and to have attention, they feel like they're doing the right thing, even though it's wrong. And they know deep down in their heart it's wrong. That's kind of like the young lady on on TikTok. I forgot her name. Um, but she on TikTok, she actually was a part of QAnon, and she was part of them. But unfortunately, she felt like um, come um, January 20th, when Biden was sworn in, she felt like the world was going to end. China was going to be our new governor. That's why I say people are brainwashed. And she said she messed up a lot of relationship following QAnon, all because of a conspiracy theory. See, you gotta have a strong mind when you listen to things like that, because you can get brainwashed easily, no matter who you are. That's why I don't listen to them. Um, I don't listen to them because you can easily get brainwashed, and they'll make it sound so good, and you don't even know they working with your mind. So that's the problem that we have with a lot of these folks. Oh, and I forgot about another story I had just found out before I came on, but um, this happened in North Carolina, area of downtown Broward reopened after Sunday bomb threat. Investigative ongoing. So apparently, um, the FBI and the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation and Broward Police and Transville County Sheriff Office are investigating this. But according to the police, several small suspect devices were found. Um, um, sorry, texting my wife, but um, the device was found by a community member around 10:30 a.m. Near the County Community Service Building near East Morgan and Gaston Street. By late Sunday night, the police tape was surrounding several buildings, including the County Family Resource Building and the First Baptist Church had been removed. First Baptist Church was holding service Sunday morning and was safely evacuated as the primary as the perimeter was set up. Senior Pastor Jeff Maynard released the following statement after Sunday event. We're thankful for God's protection and the way He used our security team today. We want our church to be known as as one who loves Jesus, love each other, and loves our community. Our prayers is with those responsible for the device found near our church in downtown Breven. Meet Jesus and be set free from the evil that drove them to want to do harm. This is crazy. Sunday morning, at this point, nobody is safe. People just setting up bombs everywhere, pipe bombs, and it doesn't matter. It's crazy how they do that. And everybody's saying, oh, it's Black Lives Matters and Antifa. No, let me help y'all on something. If m- most of the people that have done bombs, pipe bombs, any type of bomb, from Timothy McVeigh to anybody, 9 times out of 10, they not black. So for them to say it's Black Lives Matter Antifa, I'm not saying that's what they said, but people always try to blame Black Lives Matter for stuff. Well, that's not how people do stuff. Not in the black community. Because first of all, well, I'm not gonna even say that. If it's a timer, nah, you got to be able to get it there and get away. So no, that's not gonna happen. So a lot of people that do the bombings are either foreigners or white guys. Just put it out there, white guys. A lot of them do it. Um, I just don't see that. And at some point, what's the purpose for it? Because it's not good at all. It's not worth it because you're gonna get caught, and when you get caught, it's not gonna be good at all, and you're gonna be held accountable. And then you'll be telling about, well, I didn't know it was gonna do that. What you mean you didn't know it was gonna do it? You set off a bomb. What you think gonna happen? Oh yeah, you don't have a choice. Yes, you do. Um, you never know because um, several years ago, I know of a church that was in Fort Worth. It may have been like 10 or 20 years ago. It was a Wednesday night Bible study. They just celebrated the anniversary. I can't remember if it was 10 or 20 years. They just celebrated it either last year or the year before. And come to find out, it was just some guy came in and shot. We've had several church shooting here in Texas. So a lot of them have armed security. A lot of them have police officer that do security there, off-duty police officers. So it is a need for it. That's one of those suspense you really cannot get out of. You need to be able to do that for the simple fact that you don't know who you're dealing with. We're in some sick times right now, some very sick times, for the simple fact that we don't know. You don't know where a person mindset is. And after having somebody like Trump just getting out of office, he opened it up even worse. Yeah, you have to. 9 times out of 10, most um a lot of churches you will see, even the small churches, especially like the ones in these small towns. Yeah, like the shooting that happened couple of years ago near San Antonio, and the guy went in there and shot several people. Then the conspiracy theory came out and said that didn't happen; it wasn't real. And I think they arrested a husband and wife that actually said it wasn't real. I want to say this happened. I think it was kind of before Trump, right when he got in office or something. And they tried to say it wasn't real. They end up putting trespassing against this husband and wife because they felt like it was all fake news. So yeah, it's crazy how people get brainwashed. Here it is. People shot and killed. The shooter was killed because someone across the street heard the shots and he grabbed this rifle. Um, and I want to say he chased the guy down, shot and killed him, but he was justified by doing it because the guy had just shot and killed several people at a small church in near San Antonio. Uh, was it this year or last year? I think it was a latter part of last year out in Longview, or it could have been the first of this year in Longview, Texas. A young man ran away from the police the night before. He got in his church somehow, and as he got in his church, he actually the pastor came in the next morning, seen him hiding in the church, and the pastor did carry, and a struggle came about. The guy took the gun, shot the pastor, and killed him. Radio has How long have the churches had armed security? Ooh, um, who knows? It's been a while. It's been a while. I think a lot more have them now, but if I had to guess, I don't, it's kind of hard to say. It's kind of hard to say because you're better off having a police officer um, doing security on the side than you are, in some cases, than hiring a security firm, because the security firm, whoever you hire, you take up the responsibility if something happened. And with a commissioned security firm, um, everybody who's security and carry a gun shouldn't carry one at all. So it just all depends on what's the best option for you. Um, a lot of churches do have armed security, and a lot of these pastors are packing. So you playing Russian roulette, you trying to run up in one. That's just like the pastor down in Longview. When he found that guy in that church and he drew his gun on him, not to shoot him, but to hold him till the police got there. And the guy took the gun from him and shot the pastor. But that's what we have to deal with. Look at where was that? Uh, it wasn't. I don't think it was Charlottesville, where several years back, it was a Bible study. One of the oldest black church. I want to say it was in North Carolina or South Carolina, um, where the shooting took place. And then the bad part about it, after this kid came in there and shot them, came in, they welcomed him in. He's sitting there, and as they was praying, he started shooting. He got arrested, but then the cops took him to Burger King. He wasn't harmed. Um, they took him to Burger King. Now I'm wondering. For some reason, I think Charlottesville keep coming up. Uh, I'm trying to pull it up. Um, hold on. Charleston. Um, yeah, it was in Charleston. Dalen Roof um, is the guy name that did it. And um, the cops took him to, it was in South Carolina, took him to Burger King after. And they welcomed him in to pray with him. And then he ended up shooting folks. And he came from Shelby, North Carolina. Uh, he's 26 now, and I think the incident happened when he was 21. Um, oh, and he was a known white supremacist. Um, he developed his white supremacy views after reading about the 2012 shooting of Trayvon Martin and black on white crime. But what crime did Trayvon Martin commit? Hmm. Yeah, that's that's the way they do things. Um, I don't know how they got that in mind, um, but after the crime, they took him on Burger King. That happened on he was convicted December 15th, 2016. The shooting happened on June 17th, 2015 during a Bible study at Emmanuel African Municipal church. He killed 9 people, all African American, including senior pastor and state senate. State senate. He killed also. Uh, Clementa C. Picking. So it's well needed, and he injured one person. Uh, he confessed and committed to the shooting in hope of initiating a race war. So I don't understand why people do that. That's that's just crazy. So now he accepted a sentence of life in prison without parole. He was sentenced to 9 consecutive life of sentence without parole after formally pleading guilty to state murder charge. So yeah, that's crazy. Um, but hey, I appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. Tomorrow night, I think I'm gonna do something completely different tomorrow. It been something on my mind, and I think tomorrow night we're gonna do it. Just like I said last night and any other night. If you are struggling right now with depression, ask for help. My number is strolling across the stream. If you need someone to talk to you or to listen to you, because listening is the best key. If you need someone to listen to you, feel free to reach out to me. Um, Shoot me a text or call. If I don't answer, I will call you back. Just leave a message or shoot me a text. I will call you. And I would open myself up to being able to listen to you. Um, because depression is serious. It's a serious thing. And some people take it lightly. We don't need to lose any more life to it. We're already in a trying time. No matter what you are going through, you can make it through it. You will make it through it. You just got to stay in the fight. And sometimes you need somebody to be in that fight with you. So definitely don't be ashamed. If you're dealing with something and you need someone to talk to, shoot me a text, call. If I don't answer, leave a message. I will call you back. And uh, because no matter what you're going through, we can get through this. And I have enough resource to try to lead you in the right direction. And if you are dealing with depression, if you are working right now, you can get counseling for free. You can get it for free. If you work, go to your HR, ask for the employee assistant program, and they would know exactly what it is. With that program, you, your spouse, your kids can all take counseling for free. Trust me, I'm a living testimony. Counseling do work. It do work. So, and it's okay to ask for help. No matter what you're going through, it's okay to ask for help. Um, um, so it's definitely something to take serious. This is your life is important to me. Um, One of the greatest songs I love by Hezekiah Walker. I need you to survive. Listen to it. It will change your life. T. Cal said, I love how you have been closing up, willing to help others. Depression is real and time had changed in this world. Yes, it have. It have. Um, so definitely, if you are dealing with it, don't be afraid if you see me on social media. Um, you can reach me on there, shoot me a DM. If you're on YouTube, There's really no way you can send a private message on YouTube, but my number is there. You can text that number 972-591-3665, 972-591-3665. Um, and reach out to me. Just say, hey, Kurt, though, I'm struggling. I will be that listening ear. I will be. And I would also try to lead you in the right direction to get some help, no matter where you're located. No matter where you're located. If you're in Texas, as you know, we have Miss Kincaid here, Miss Simmons here, and some other counselings that can also help you. So definitely reach out. Don't go through this fight by yourself. No matter what it is, don't do it by yourself. So until tomorrow night, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I love each and every one of you. And check on your loved ones. Check on them. Make sure they okay. Go up to a stranger and just say, "Hey, are you okay? How you doing today?" It can change someone's life just by speaking to them, being nice. So, all right, I'll see y'all tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Time. Until then, I love each and every one of you. Peace.